Full Invasion 2 is a multiplayer mod for Mount & Blade Warband developed by Wave 53 Studios, where you and other players battle countless waves of AI invaders and bosses to survive for as long as possible. In order to survive, you'll need to build defenses, dig in, and work together. There are 58 defending factions and 36 invading factions, which are either historical, fictional, or Lord of the Rings based. There are 210 diverse maps, which provides for a huge amount of replayability, although it's usually Lord of the Rings. Right now, there's a very large update called Full Invasion 2 Amber being developed, which is dedicated to fixing bugs, improving visuals and performance, and also adding new content. Full Invasion 3 has also been announced for Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord, and they also have an active development team. Well, as active as you can be on a game that won't be released for at least one more year. Full Invasion 2 claims that you need 64-bit Windows in order to run, but the game is perfectly playable in Linux, but no text renders. To fix that, click here to see my older guide on how to fix broken text in mods while using Linux. Once you're in the game, there's only a multiplayer link, so click that. Then you can create and edit your character however you want, like regular Mount & Blade. Then you can join a game and see all the different servers and what kind of games people are playing. Takes a bit for it to actually load, and then after that you can see all of them, and if you hover you can see what map you're playing on and with what factions. So usually you choose the biggest one, and they're very rarely full. Click it and it'll start downloading, and it's pretty quick. After that, you're able to select your troop type and what armors you're going to be using. You can unlock better armors by getting money from killing enemies that come in waves. As I said before, there's a variety of factions, especially Lord of the Rings based factions. So here I'm playing as Gondor, and we're defending the map of Helm's Deep against the invasion of Middle Earth. Here, there's a Star Wars faction, so you can play as the Stormtroopers and defend against the droids here. But this is interesting because normal Mount & Blade doesn't have that many guns, and lots of Full Invasion 2 factions use guns. Here we can play as the ancient Romans and defend against the Gauls, which is a historical scenario. Now we're playing as the 7 Years' War Spanish, so this is another historical scenario involving muskets and gunpowder weapons, and we're defending against peasants who have meme faces. That's interesting. The problem with these kind of guns is that they're very slow to reload, and they have very bad aim. Finally, we have the Space Marines faction. Well, from Warhammer 40k, you can play as the Imperial Guard, like I am here. And here we're defending against more peasants, which isn't really that fun, because the peasants don't have guns and they're not very good at what they do. Some of them come on horses, and so occasionally they can have a musket, but it's very easy. As you can see, my character has a Cadian chainsword to use, which is pretty big, and it's a two-handed weapon.